boats and hoes, boats and hoes. I gotta have me my boats and hoes.
Boats and Hoes podcast coming live from Las Vegas.
We're here, baby.
We're here. We got
IFE, International Fastener Exposition.
So we got some legends. We got Eric, the dude Dudas, with us, reciprocating the feature from his podcast. We did what, 3 weeks ago?
It's a blur, but that's about right. Yeah.
We got Hans Fuller.
Go Canada.
Go Canada. We're sitting at the Canadian beer booth, Pacific Bolt and Fuller Metric. Or Fuller.
Fasteners, Fuller Metric, both will work. Yeah.
Yes.
We say Fasteners now because we sell inch too. So.
Okay. Really? Is that? That's a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, welcome. So we're here. Thought we'd chat a little bit about the show. And what do you think, Eric?
So far, so good. I say the Canadian Bolt Bar is a great place to finally meet you guys in person. So
you didn't even cheers.
Cheers.
What are we doing?
Cheers. I don't know. This is definitely. We just came from the old Rusty Bolt keg tapping ceremony to this.
That's awesome.
I mean, this is a way to enjoy a fastener show, you know?
We're going to do another segment over there too. We'll definitely have to go over there and have a Rusty Bolt.
Right on, eh?
So basically you're just hitting all the beer.
The beer, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
Nice.
So, you know, when we do our podcast, we're always drinking beer. We're at a brewery, we're always drinking a beer. We talk a little bit about our beer. So what are you drinking?
Well, it's pretending to be Canadian beer.
It's a Molson, but not a Molson?
Well, you apparently you can't get Molson in Medley beer. It's impossible.
So you've got the label on it. You've got
So
the
it's
title.
a fake Molson?
It's Budweiser.
It's Bud.
Don't worry, nobody watches this anyway, so we're not telling. And so you're drinking the fake Molson too? And what are you drinking?
This is great.
This is an aperitif constructed for me, a boutique beverage of some kind at Beacon, but I'm representing with the BTM Zarf.
Very good.
Okay.
So I'm covering all my bases here, and that's what we do at the Fastener Show.
I love it. Awesome. I love it. I'm drinking a Tito's, and they didn't have any mixers, so it's just Tito's.
Nice.
It works.
Yeah, you're a Fastener guy.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Well, we got a great show. I think the traffic here, how would you describe it, Bryce? What would you say?
It was busy. This morning it was very busy. We got a little lunch slowdown right now.
Yeah, lunch a little bit slower, but we're hoping that it's going to pick up again.
Our space is great. We're right between Brighton and Linfast, so
Main
traffic
Street
has been good.
Main Street.
This has got to be perfect for you guys.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's very, very busy. Good show so far. So, you want to talk about a beaver?
Well, you know, it is a subject that came up because we're sitting next to one, and recently on the podcast, Fully Threaded Radio, that is, we had several episodes that dealt intensely with beavers. And that had nothing to do with anything other than there happened to be a couple on my property that I was wondering about it. And so, of course, there's some guys from your part of the world who know a little something about
Canadians love beaver.
I heard that, yeah, in my research.
Americans love beaver.
Who doesn't love beaver?
I think everyone loves beaver.
Only on Bolts and Hose, right here. You've heard it.
So if we're not talking about nuts, we're talking about beaver. I mean, that's what that.
So tune into those episodes, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
Fully Threaded Radio. Listen to beaver talk.
I'm curious now.
I know. I'm going to go back and listen.
Okay, well, did you show them our beaver?
We did. Well, I think a lot of people have seen your beaver, but now she's kind of fake. Or is it a she or a he? I don't know.
It's a very cute beaver.
I want to hold your beaver tightly in my arms.
I didn't know you cared so much.
Of course not. Well, as always, we digress. So I think we call that a day.
Yeah, we'll pick this back up, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us,
Cheers.
fellas.
Have a great show.
Yep.
Okay, day 2 at the International Fastener Exposition. I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Cole, with Patriot Bolt.
Bryce Oliveira here. So we're going to walk the show. We're going to go check out some booths, see some good customers, vendors, all the above. So
Give you guys a little flavor of what we're seeing here. I think the crowd was spectacular yesterday. I think people had a late night last night and they're filing
starting
in.
up a little bit.
So we'll walk around and you can see what we see.
Follow us.
everyone, and welcome to Bolts and Hose, episode number 27.
27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's been a
27.
It's been a long week. It's been Vegas earlier this week, and this is our first day back. I flew in about midnight last night. What time did you get in?
I got to the house about 11:30 p.m., but my flight got delayed 5 hours, and it was just a mess. It was one of the messiest days of travel ever.
So a long week.
Long week.
Getting back late last night, and it's been a full day today as well.
Yep, busy catching up.
And we're preparing for another trade show next Tuesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday, Pasadena Convention Center, Heat Exchanger World.
Heat Exchanger World.
It'll be a good one.
Yeah,
it was a fun show last year.
You know, I was just coming from 2 weeks ago, coming from ADIPEC over in Abu Dhabi, and then immediately jumped into Vegas, 2 fairly sizable trade shows. And this one will be a little more personal.
Yeah, definitely. It's very
smaller,
it's
more
very niche,
concentrated.
and it'll be good though.
Yeah.
You're like a trade show aficionado.
But after this one, I think we slow down a little bit, right?
I don't think we have anything until next year.
Yeah.
So
Thank goodness.
I know.
This has been a run.
I've had enough of these trade shows.
Lots of air miles on this last.
Yeah, for you, for
several
sure.
weeks.
Absolutely. And Vegas is so dry too. I mean, I couldn't talk. You know, you're talking all day, and you know, your nose and your lips and your eyes are all dry.
But you know, here it's been beautiful weather.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
We left and it turned beautiful. And then in Vegas, it was great, cool nights.
Yeah.
And you know, even
Beautiful.
golf that we played on Sunday, that was tolerable. Usually, it's extremely hot.
Yeah, it was perfect weather,
It was still
man.
hot, but it wasn't like Las Vegas.
Golfed with some really cool dudes at AIC.
Jim and Grant.
Yeah.
With Abbott Interfast, AIC. So
They were cool dudes.
Great.
You're always nervous when you get paired up with a couple guys at a trade
It's
show
just a
like
random
that.
thing, you know. We sign up for it, and we just kind of get put in a lottery, and then they just connect people. So you never know who you're going to get tied with. But every year we've done it, we've gotten tied with some great people.
Yeah.
So
We get lucky.
yeah. So we spend several hours getting to know each other, playing golf, and talk about business. Sometimes there's no synergies at all, and sometimes there's some synergies there.
Yep. It was a great show though. It's good to be home.
Yeah. It is.
It's good to be back at the brewery.
So we did. We started out the podcast with the interview with Eric Dudas.
Yeah.
And
Little walkthrough.
Fuller Fastener.
Fuller metric
No,
and
he said it
fastener.
was fully Fastener because there's
Fuller
metric
metric and fastener.
and Imperial. So
Fuller.
Fuller Fastener. Fuller Fastener.
Fuller.
Yeah. And they had the Imposter beer at the Canadian stand, but it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, any kind of trade show beer's got to be good.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. We had a great stand. We had our trade show booth, which we threw together kind of haphazardly, but it ended up being, I think,
It was
one
good.
of the better ones.
It was very comfortable. We got a lot of compliments on the booth.
We had some nice grass turf to stand on, and we had
Some
nice
cowhide rugs.
cowhide rugs, kind of a Texas theme there. We had
Some cool samples.
some custom Patriot bolt cornhole boards.
Yeah.
It was great. So we got a lot of good feedback from that. We met a lot of good people. The show was really well attended. I think since COVID, it's been a little depressed. Last year was a little better, and this year it kind of felt like we were back.
Yeah, back in action. I think we got our first order already from it too.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Austin say that earlier.
Yep.
That's great.
So, well done.
Good job.
Well done.
So we had the Sasquatch in the Flamingo inner tubes and the retro Jordans. I think that went over pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had one of our customers today call from out of the state, and she was wanting parts quicker. And before she even started, hey, I need my parts quicker, she said, I loved your outfits. You guys are the best dressed people at the show.
So all of you haters that rolled your eyes at those ridiculous outfits,
It worked, baby.
they will remember us.
It worked, baby.
They will remember us. It's all part of the strategy.
That's right. That's right. I think we wear them again at the Heat Exchanger
Not
World,
to give
right?
away all of our secrets. Yeah, I think, or we could do the American flag rompers. We still have those.
Those are so short. They just ride up so much. I mean, it's uncomfortable all day. I got to drink a lot if I'm
You
wearing.
have nothing for it to ride
Oh,
up.
I'm not going to say anything to that. I can show you if you want.
What are you drinking, Bryce?
I think it's
going
a
on here?
ghost something. And homage to Halloween.
Yell at Casey and ask him what this is.
It's ghost something.
Ghost
It's a
something.
guest tap that they have here at Ingenious.
Okay.
It's a light. It's just it's a light American brew. I mean,
You know, coming back from Vegas, the last thing we wanted was a beer. We had to force this. I think. So we almost went with Topo Chico or something.
and the
but
Celsius.
in the spirit of Bolts and Hose legacy, we couldn't go down like that.
We have never had an episode where we don't drink, so why start now?
Yeah.
Regardless of how we feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll get into some parts of the week.
Let's
How
do
about it?
Yep. Very good.
So, as
the other thing I was
always,
going to mention, going back to the Vegas show, I was shocked at the number of people that came up and said that they watched Bolts and Hose. It's almost like we were mini celebrities.
it was pretty amazing, actually.
I mean, really, Bryce and I walked into that show thinking there might have been 2 or 3 people that watched it, and our moms being 2 of those 3. But it's obvious that there is more than just that watching the show. People came out and said they enjoyed it. Somebody even recognized Paul from one of the other episodes where
He was hiding in the jungle.
dressed up in camo, and he was hiding in a kid's jungle gym at 5 a.m.
But you know, YouTube says it's like 34 views or whatever, and then we have 1,000 people say we saw that video. So there's something
But people click
weird.
on it from YouTube
Or from
that
LinkedIn.
link from LinkedIn, and I don't think YouTube counts that.
Yeah. It was funny, man. I mean, it was literally, people were stopping me when I was walking around, like, hey, you're that guy from the podcast. And it's kind of flattering.
And people even walked across the show to the booth
It's
to say,
kind-
hey man, I'll watch the podcast.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I just had to come over and meet you guys.
Kind of flattering. Uh-oh. We got someone bringing us parts live on the
We were looking
podcast.
for some parts.
All right. Ooh, I like.
We were looking for some cool parts a little while ago, and we only
Allie, what
found a
size?
few. And now here comes
Okay.
Allie in
Fair
the
enough.
building,
Like,
dropping
we could
off
guess.
some more cool ones. So
We
we've got
could
even
guess.
more to go over today.
Thank you.
So let's get this party started, Bryce. Let's get it started.
Let's go big or small. You always choose big or small.
Big, gotta go big.
Big
baby.
first.
Let's go big.
So we'll do this one.
I love this one. Nice
this-
little chunky.
A chunky shoulder, or not a shoulder, but a chunky socket cap screw.
Dog point.
It's B7 material made from round bar.
Wire holes. 6 wire holes. Is that right?
I think it's 4 wire holes.
Actually,
It's all 8.
4. No, it's 4.
Well,
You're right.
yes,
You're right.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With the dog point and a little relief under the head. It was a 2-inch 8.
Yeah.
So you
Chunky
start-
little thing. You know, typically you'll see for that large a diameter, you'll see a longer length. But
Yep.
this one, the length to width ratio, little odd.
And the fact they have a dog point too, so it bottoms out.
Yeah.
So that was coming out of 3.5-inch round bar, B7 material.
7 heat treated 4140.
Yep, it's a good part.
How many pieces of this were there?
I think there was 12, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, cool.
So a
That's
handful
gotta
of
be for a
parts.
valve.
I don't know. I
Gotta
don't.
go into a bonnet. or
You
something.
think so?
I don't know.
I mean, you never really know. It's going, I think, up north.
Really?
Yeah, to the northern part of our country.
Okay. Well, let's do a small one then.
And it was a brand new customer too. That's a first order for a customer. So
Fantastic.
another fun.
They are going to
another-
be impressed. I
yeah,
think, when they see that
I think it's
part.
just it's definitely a cool part.
Always I'd like to make a good first impression.
Another part with wire holes. So 1 hole drilled through, making it 2 holes.
Very nice.
This is an A286 660B blank. We haven't threaded it yet.
All of that from round bar. So even the hex portion, turn down the body, drill the heads. And it has not been threaded.
Half-inch. It's 1/2 inch by 3 1/4 on that one.
Okay.
So
See that?
yep. And there was
Nice part.
over 700 of those. So they're getting ready to be threaded. All the parts are done being machined, so now they're just going to be threaded. So we got a bunch of blanks sitting out there, a pallet full of blanks.
What was the material did you say?
A286 660B.
Okay.
So it's a nice order. Like I said, it's over 700 parts.
It's nice. The guys
The
were
boys have been
very
busy.
busy.
Yeah.
While we were gone. So they were kicking ass. So good for them. We appreciate all of their efforts.
These are great parts, man. I mean, you know, a lot of
This
times.
is the one you asked me about the drawing. Yeah. And the
Oh, it
slot.
is. And it's
the depth of that slot.
yeah, because it's got that little offset. So grade 7 nuts with the slot in it. She didn't say the size.
And this slot,
What do you guess? It's got an angle.
That's got to be a 2-inch, I think, right?
No way, that's a 2-inch. I bet it's an 1 3/4, maybe an 1 5/8.
Okay, I'm with you. So this slot, I don't know if you can tell, but it is at an angle like this. So it's not a slot straight across. It's at an angle. So I think it was 30 degrees, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
30-degree angle, and that's on both sides. So if you're like that slot, it would be like this. So I'm sure it's some locking mechanism of some sort.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And then
Awesome part.
this monster hex bolt to go with it. So
we machined all of that from round bar.
all of it, yeah.
Threaded it,
Yep.
and then put the slot in there.
You know, now
that's not modifying existing nuts.
Now that I'm remembering this part, this was metric. That's why we made the nuts.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
It was metric grade 7.
Yeah.
So you can't find anything on the shelf in metric nuts, because normally we could just do a secondary operation and put that slot in a standard grade 7 nut, but it is metric. So all machined from round bar, a big old hex bolt, same deal.
This is another one machined from round bar.
Yeah, but this goes together.
Okay.
It's all metric, all metric,
I'll be the judge of that.
all the time. That's going to be funny if it doesn't spin, right?
No, that would be terrible.
That would be very embarrassing.
It goes.
Live on the podcast, a failed part.
It's actually extremely good fit.
Yeah, it's good, as it should be. It's another cool part. What do you think the length is on that?
I'm gonna go 14 inches.
I was going to say 12 and a half.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't come over with information on that one, so
I'm not a very good judge of length, Bryce.
you should be. You should be. So what else do we got?
Digress again.
We always do.
I think that's it.
Yeah. We got the Stros and the Rangers this weekend. First game of the ALCS.
Really?
Yep. So if they win best of 7, they win, they go to the World Series. And then you got the Phillies and the Diamondbacks, which if you made that bet, that both of those teams made it to the NLCS, you'd be swimming in some dough right now.
Yeah.
There was 3 teams that had over 100 wins this regular season.
Mm-hmm.
They went 1-9 in the playoffs. All 3 are out.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, Astros, Rangers, D-backs, Phillies.
Cool.
So it could be a repeat of last year's World Series. Hey, so we had some technical difficulties at the brewery. Had to break away, coming into the shop. Grabbed our boy Santos. Hello. Making his appearance on the podcast. First time. Won't be the last. We were going to say about, we have a trade show, Pasadena, the Heat Exchanger show. We're going to be doing a chili cook-off on Tuesday night, so come join us. Or did I just say chili cook-off?
It's a cook-off.
It's a cook-off, not a chili cook-off.
Yeah.
I correct myself.
It's a cook-off. There's 6-8 teams. They're going to cook some small dishes. There's going to be some judges there, so come out and give us some vote.
Yeah, we're going to be wearing some cool outfits for that too, so as always. So come check us out. Heat Exchanger Trade Show, Pasadena Convention Center. Santos, did you ever watch the podcast?
Maybe sign off in Spanish or something about that.
What do you say? What do we say at the end of these podcasts?
Comparta, vean el video. I guess that's supposed to say that.
Is that like, share, follow?
Like and follow,
Yeah.
Comment, follow. Yeah, what he said.
Perfect.
All right, guys.
Have a good weekend.
Adios.
All right.
I gotta have me my boats and hoes.